What up and welcome back to Boring Reviews. Almost there here.
Never there here.
And today we're reacting to another...
WILTY.
Would I lie to you? Or...
Won't he?
Did Rhod Gilbert sleep in the streets for a month in Spain?
I could believe it. Not that he looks like a guy that would sleep in the streets. But it just seems so crazy and so random and in Spain. Like, so specific and random.
Yeah.
That I can believe it.
Maybe early on in his career. When he wasn't, like, really making money.
That'd be tough. I think I've never had to sleep in the streets before, thank goodness. But I think about that all the time. I always think about how would one do that, especially here in Las Vegas where it's super hot.
So hot.
And there's a lot of places in the world that are super hot or super cold or whatever. The weather's very difficult to sleep just outside. And so I think about it a lot. And sometimes I'll drive around, like when I'm trying to go somewhere, and I'm like, if I think about then, where would I sleep? Where would I go? Like, against this wall or against this spot?
Find somewhere. I always think about places that have a high homeless population. Seattle, Portland, where it just rains all the time. Like, you'd always be wet and cold. And that would be miserable.
Yeah.
Or I think of New York City, where it's just so cold in the winter. Where do you go? I don't know.
You would have to know. Like,
You
your
would have
first
to
day
know.
of being homeless, living on the streets, and it rains. I guess I'm just going to soak because the professionals know where to go to stay dry.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and check this out. We're going to play along as we always do, so play along with us. We're going to try to guess whether he's lying or not at the end before the reveal. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to...
Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you can be aware of our next uploaded video.
All right, here she does go.
For 1 month, I chose to sleep on the streets rather than talk to the people I was supposed to be living with.
Oh, wow.
David C.
That's hardcore.
And at what stage in your life is this?
What stage?
Yes.
Do you mean how old was I?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Age 20.
Whereabouts? Where was it?
Spain.
What made you vacate your house?
There was no house and I never went to it.
You never went there at all?
It was a hotel, sort of hostel thing, you know, not a house. Yeah. I went there, I stood outside,
OK.
looked at it,
Yeah.
thought, nah.
So it wasn't the people, it was the...
It was the idea of the
Because
people.
the cards.
You wanted to live alone and were surprised that a hostel didn't afford that possibility.
And you stayed on the street for a whole month.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and you
bar a couple of nights here or there, yeah.
Did you pull on the other nights? What happened on those?
You're absolutely right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So on,
Yes, yeah.
on those occasions, the thought of other people wasn't quite so loathsome.
Yes.
Where in Spain was this?
It was in Salamanca, and I slept on a bench, right dead centre of a square.
How were you washing your clothes?
I didn't.
Well, how many pairs of pants did you have?
I'm going to say 4, but
4 for a month without washing them.
I said 4, but it could have been 7.
Well, 7's not enough. You need 28, otherwise you're an
No,
animal.
but I hate to support your own teammate against you, Lee. If you're going to a place for a month, you might decide that you're not going to take enough underwear to have a fresh pair of pants every day without ever washing
How
them.
many pairs of pants do you own?
I think I've probably got about... I've got maybe...
Look at you, desperately thinking, what is the right answer? David, there's no right or wrong. You're amongst friends.
I think I've got about 14 pairs I'm happy with.
Yeah.
And another 4 or 5 that would do at a pinch, and I use the word advisedly.
Predominantly boxers or bikini brief?
Predominantly... I mean, it's interesting that this is what the conversation's... Predominantly what I believe is referred to as a sort of trunk.
You favour the trunk?
Yeah.
You mean the jockey short? Like a boxer short shape, but tighter.
Look, I'll just take my trousers off and you can look.
I did wash a pair of pants.
Oh, you remember that?
I did wash
It's
a pair.
amazing how these things come back to you.
The reason I chose the middle of the square was because there was a bin lorry that would come around every morning in concentric circles, just spraying from the side of the lorry, hosing down the square. I would stay in the middle, and then I would wash in the bin lorry when it got to the centre. And one day I did wash a pair of pants on the hose on the side of the bin lorry. I did.
Wow.
I did.
So you hi, girls. This is my friend Rhod. Would you like a drink?
You put a pair of pants in the way of a bin lorry's hose to wash it.
I used to wash in the bin lorry, well, a tap at the side of the bin lorry, yeah.
So they wouldn't mind you sauntering up to the bin lorry and turning...
Okay, I just need to know if a bin lorry is like our street washers.
Yeah, I mean, first I was thinking like it was just a guy like pushing a cart or like a little stagecoach thing with jig, but with the water, it's got to be.
Okay, I'm obviously.
I would just do 2 words, separate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
A garbage truck known. Oh. A large vehicle designed to collect and transport.
Yeah, but I
waste
think
from
it's also the
homes.
kind that's just a street sweeper, a cleaner. Yeah. It's
I-
interesting that would come every day, though. Jeez. The ones we see in our streets, they come like once a year.
I hope it's a street cleaner and
Yeah.
not a garbage truck. And they're calling
Says
their
garbage
garbage
truck.
trucks.
But it has a hose on it. Our garbage trucks don't have hoses on them. As far as I know.
Okay.
We're going to continue.
Yeah.
While she
Yep,
is
we are.
flapping.
No, they were very amenable, the local bin man, Miguel.
Did
you learn the phrase, can I wash my pants on the side of your bin lorry in Spanish?
Se puede lavarme los what's underpants in Spanish, Rob?
Pantaloneros.
How many pants have you got, Rob?
I was just given a gift. It was my birthday recently, not that you'd know from any response from you. And
I didn't know you were still alive. What did you get for your birthday?
oh, sorry, yeah, I got some.
Old man who forgot the story. It was a lovely present anyway. On with the game. Do you remember, Rob, you were telling us a lovely story about your pants?
I
Remember? Tell us about your pants.
I got some pants.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
so Ronan Keating, what do you think?
Yeah, I could see them doing.
My word. Yeah, it makes sense. Bin. Like that's what they call the trash.
Yep.
The bin.
Yep.
I get it. I just don't see a trash truck having a hose. He says they're spraying the hose, so he got in the way.
All I know is I'm struggling with the card, and then all of a sudden it was a hostel, and he didn't even go in.
The card?
Remember when he read off the card? He
Yeah.
said that he chose to sleep on the streets because he didn't want to be around like the people he's supposed to be staying with.
Yeah, so at a hostel.
But he never even went in. He didn't even get to see who the people were.
Yeah, because again, they asked, so it wasn't really the people, it was the idea of the people.
Then why didn't the card say that?
What do you think?
I'm going with false. You're
I
going
definitely
true.
think it's
I know.
true. I definitely think it's true. I thought it was true beforehand, so I think I'm a little swayed by that, biased. But
I love making the guess before you hear.
I do think it's true. I think some people, especially at that age, make some very questionable decisions that they're very confident are the right decisions.
Yeah.
Decisions I would never make. But maybe he felt like, I'm not from Spain. I don't think he's maybe one of his parents. I don't know. I know he's from Wales. I'm not from Spain. They already probably think I'm a weirdo anyways because I'm a foreigner. I'm just going to sleep on the bench. I can see it. I would never do it. But I'm one of, close to 9 billion people?
Yeah, baby.
True.
I could see him doing that.
Toff, what about you?
I think it's a completely insane thing to do what you did, so I think you're lying.
There is a lot of detail. I'm going to go true.
You're saying it's true. OK, Rod. Was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was a true.
Insane.
Yes, it's
At least
true.
he agrees.
Yeah.
At least he agrees it's insane.
Why?
Wow. Yeah,
No
why?
idea.
Absolutely. Now, I have always heard the word hostel. I've always heard it was like a lower class, not lower class, but like no one really wants to use them.
They're just super
They're
cheap.
cheaper, right? For a
You
reason.
share a room with a bunch of other people.
I didn't know this until just yesterday when my brother and I are going on a small trip to California to watch some baseball games back to back to back. I was in charge of the tickets. He was in charge of the room. He hadn't gotten that yet. We were never going to do a hostel, but when I was looking them up, I'm like, oh, no, wait, no, I would never do that. Call
No.
me too posh for that or whatever. No, never.
I work with a teacher who frequently stays in them in Europe. And she's like, oh, it's not that bad. You just don't leave your stuff there. You just take it with you everywhere. And I'm like, I prefer a hotel with
Just don't know
amazing
who these
reviews.
people are. You
The
wake up to like,
amazing
what are you
reviews.
doing?
Yeah. No.
I mean, that would be the best place to do that wake-up game show, though. We're going to get to you in a second there across the way. Tidy up. We're going to take care of these guys first. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane that he did that for a month. But at the same time, now it's like a really, really cool story. Like, hey, guess what I did? You'll never guess. You'll never guess what I did. Yeah, I slept on a bench for a month in Spain because I didn't want to hang out. Now, did he pay for that hostel for a month and he just threw away that money?
I don't know, but I would never want to let people know that I slept on a bench.
But I think it was, like David said, it was the details he was given that really swayed me as well. When he said I would go in a few days, yeah, I'm not sleeping on this bench. I got to get cleaned up. Let me go stay at my hospital I already paid for. And these people are like, who are you? Like, we've been using that bed for storage. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We hope you had a good time watching us react to this. Hope you played along as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all this kind of stuff. And until next time.
Goodbye.